Good morning, Khenpo. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone online. Today, Khenpo will be giving us a teaching and instruction on meditation. Khenpo Karze is in residence here now with the kind invitation of Jetsama Akham Lama, the spiritual director of KPC. The meditation today will be followed by an opportunity to ask Khenpo questions, and we'll conclude with a short practice after that. So with that, enjoy, and I will have some announcements a little bit later. Thank you so much.
Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, and also happy Mother's Day. Yeah. Also, I choose today's topic, the 7-point causes and effect. How do we meditate, or how do we generate bodhicitta through the 7-point causes and effect, actually. So when we talk about bodhicitta, this is actually connection with today's day, actually, because this we can describe into two definitions, okay? The Mother's Day. One is worldly point of view, and one is a Buddhist point of view. So one of those, Jitembi, which means worldly point of view, then we say Mother is a greatest or gracious person in the world, actually. We never found like our own mother, that her loving kindness or compassion towards their own kids, or So this is the why we are, celebrating Mother's Day. And another one, which is as a Buddhist point of view, then the most important is actually our teacher, root teacher. Not only the teacher, the root teacher is the most important. Whatever we need to bless, all came from our root teacher. So that's why in Sutra, it says, um, in Sutra, Levatamji Tembishir, Givishini, Padanda, Nevatamji Sevi, Dobishir, sorry, Givishini, Madanda. Marigmba Sevishir, Givishini, Nansanda, Nimun Namni Bishir, Givishini, Jedanda, which means actually to show everything well. A good teacher is like a father. And then Nyebatamji Dobishir, Givishini, Madanda, to remove all sins. A good teacher is like a mother. Then Marigmba Sevishir, Givishini, Nansada, to remove the darkness of ignorance. Teacher is like a clear light. And then Nyemon Damnin Bishir Givishini Jedanda, to remove the defilements from the mud. The teacher is like a strength of a champion, powerful, like he or she can pull up you wherever you are stuck, from that place. He or she can pull up you. So that's why the Givishini, which means root guru, is like a good father or is like a good mother, So that's why a root teacher is a very, very important, So in this point of view, also why we are talking about the loving kindness or compassion or bodhicitta, because it says in the in teaching of Chandrakiti, in the middle way. Sharvakas and intermediate Buddhas are born from the mighty sages, and the fully awakened Buddha are born from the Bodhisattva. Then, where Bodhisattvas are born from compassion, or loving kindness, or bodhicitta. So, reason of that, this bodhicitta or loving kindness are very, very important. So this is the main cause of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, where they came from actually. So that's why we can understand in two ways. One is worldly point of view, and one is the Buddhist point of view. So so in order to develop such a mother's love and kindness and virtues of the root guru's body, speech, and mind, then we must complete the meditation of the mind of enlightenment, which means we need to practice on bodhicitta. So reason of that bodhicitta is very important, according to the Buddha's teaching or Buddhist point of view, because one reason also the mother world is very, very vast and deep. Sometimes we call the emptiness mother also. Sometimes we call the uh, as a bodhicitta. Also, we call sometimes mother. Yeah. Sometimes also we call the heart sutra. Also we call mother. Why? All the qualities those who has Buddha and Bodhisattvas all came from bodhicitta. So reason of that. So sometimes we call all of like that. So the mother is actually essence of love and compassion. In this world, when you rely on your mother to develop unconditional love and compassion and to be born into oneself, one must first actually recognize the nature of the mother and her uh, grace or her kindness. Mhm. If we want to practice it correctly, then we must first recognize that all beings uh, are your parent, and especially, in this life's mother. So then the rest of the mothers graduated comes in order. The other 7 point, which means causes and effect, recognize all mother sentient beings and recognize all mother sentient beings kindness. Then other good intentions and other things are causes and effect, one by one. And so, Tutatus, which means since we have received this precious human life or this precious human body, I mean, so we can use this to follow the path of Buddhism. But these freedoms and opportunities we have will not last forever. So now that we have, got this precious human life, so we need to take full advantage of it. So the best way to take advantage of our precious human life or human body is to use our human um, life to cultivate the spirit of compassion. The purpose of the Bodhisattva is to focus on attaining the state of enlightenment. So even if one has not yet attained enlightenment, however, the essence of the Buddha nature can be used as the basis for attaining the Buddha state. The conditions for such position include virtuous energy and a profound system of knowledge. So we have many good qualities, and a pure heart or pure intentions. There are two objectives that help to develop such a mind of enlightenment, which means Buddha, bodhicitta. First, we need to think, I will attain the Buddha's state as soon as possible. The second one, the way to attain Buddhahood is to fulfill the needs of sentient beings. Then, when we develop the mind of enlightenment, we develop the above two goals in reverse order. First of all, we are not only human being. It's a complete desire to benefit all sentient beings. This is our love for other beings. So it comes from sincerity. More detail about those will be discussed later in we are going to talk. Then, in order to benefit the sentient beings in the most effective way, um, we have that desire to attain the state of omniscience or to nirvana or to truth of cessation or to Buddhahood, whatever we call. So we must attain the state of Buddhahood in order to eliminate all the defects and imperfections that we have. Imperfection. In a Tibetan we call Shinjilopa. Shinjilopa. Not perfection, Imperfection, Shinjilopa. So imperfection of view, imperfection of intentions, imperfection of behaviors. Yeah, we can understood, so many different way this imperfection. So we need to, clear all those, imperfections, which is very important. But most important is the view what we have, towards all the phenomena actually. So if your view a wrong view, then you will never recognize the nature of all phenomena, all nature of Buddha. Buddha nature. Yeah. If you have, right view, then once we try to learn or try to practice or try to understand, then we can recognize or we can understand that what is the right view. Through that we can remove all those imperfections. So what is it? Defect or imperfection. Those weaknesses prevent us from doing our best for others. For example, when we are angry with someone, then at that situation, how can we help them, or how we have to remove those angry or jealousies or negative emotions actually. So similarly, in order to realize one's full potential, one must attain that state of Buddhahood. We must be able to fully realize those abilities and use them to serve the right purpose of being. Actually, Dharma, which actual mean is Kasavata, purpose of to bring happiness or to get enlightenment, all the sentient beings, So Dharma means actually like that. So when the mind of enlightenment is developed, first we want to attain, enlightenment. Why? This is actually this result is the highest or greatest one, and it's not like when we go to the some way to pay the so tax or the car rent. Not like that actually. So when we developed over the bodhicitta mind or enlightened mind, then we can fully achieve the awakened or Buddhahood. Without practicing of this the bodhicitta, then it really difficult to get or to achieve Buddhahood. So reason of that, most of the in sutra or tantras are talking about the when we doing any of practice, first we need to generate bodhicitta. So without bodhicitta, then we cannot how to say do practice genuinely. The part of that's it, part of Buddhahood. No, we can say that. So reason of that. So there's the two way to develop mind of compassion or bodhicitta or loving kindness. One is the seven principle of causes and effect. The other is to develop enlightenment through the equalization and exchanging of self and others. So today, the first of those two methods is the seven principles of cause and effect. Then Jin, Atisha, in his the book or in his teaching, he mentioned it actually, how to be generate or how to be meditate on bodhicitta. Then he mentioned it in these 7 points of causes and effect or principle. That's 7 principles, causes and effect. The number one is masheba, which means recognize or knowing all sentient beings as motherhood or mother. That one is the number one actually, So why we are saying number one, they put number one because mother has the genuine or unconditional love or compassion or whatever we call actually, yeah. So mother's love is immeasurable, we can say, or untouchable. So it's like over in this life's mother who take care of us from the we entered womb to till the actually death, Mother always concerned about their kids. No matter they stay far away or they stay separate. Yeah. So always thinking about, how bad their kids. But it doesn't matter actually. Mother's loves always, to the kids actually. We have seen many, some kids are very, very difficult, Some are like, that's a addiction, drug addict, or alcoholic, and some are gangster, But still, mother's love is the same. She never, how to say, judge on her own kids' behavior or something, whatever. Always there. Actually, mother's love. One of Tibetan mother in Nepal, his kid, one boy, actually adult. I mean, when I was in maybe 2013 or 13, around 2013. So I went to the Kathmandu. one of my friend. I stay with my friend's home. So one day, one mother escaped from her home to that place, my friend's place, because she said, "Oh, because she's kid, that the boy is drug addict." Yeah, so he trying to kill. Yeah, so mother is in escape from home to that place. So then at that night, she just uh, told to my friend. She said, "Oh, she feel uh, bad or feel she feel pity on her uh, son." Yeah, so just said, "Oh, maybe my son maybe tonight uh, not not have dinner. Yeah, I have to talk with phone. He had dinner or not." Yeah, same like that. How bad those kids. Some kids, I mean. So mother's love is actually the same. Similar like that. Also mother's love and kindness or compassion. So all the same actually. Since the beginningless, we have been born from different places. I mean, we have been born many times in the six different types of realms or six um, different type of beings. So we conclude that the number of the times we have taken rebirth is countless. Then also, mother also countless. So also same like father also countless. Yeah. Also, friends and yeah, enemies too. Actually, yeah. So then think about our friends and enemies too. So finally, within your scope to include all sentient beings, then we can meditate on how all sentient beings have been our mother. We can also prove that you have been a mother to other animals or other sentient beings. Furthermore, it can also proving that all living beings or all sentient beings have been your father or relative, or brother and sister. Knowing that all beings have been mothered by us completely, that change the way we interact with other beings. In this case, it's not just a balanced view of all beings, beyond that, very close to all living beings with pure heart, and you can see that a loving relationship has and can happen actually. Even those enemies, if we give love or help them, one day I think they can also feel this person is not really bad to me. This person also, helping me or loving me, so he can feel that. So, so also, Buddha Kasa, not Buddha, the Kasa, the Nagarjuna mentioned it so many, things. So, uh, all the beings or all the, um, yeah, all the beings never stay, one point actually. Oh, means, which means that since a father can be reborn with the status of a son, a mother with the states of a wife, those who had been enemies with the states of friends, and the reverse situation can occur. Because of that, there's no certainty at all in samsaric state. Yeah, so reason of that. So we have to think, all sentient beings are like a mother. So this is the number one of the principles of seven principles. Yeah, causes and effect. Number one is recognize all sentient beings are mother or motherhood. Yeah, so we can think about that. So like, our in this lives, mother, same like all sentient beings are, once of a life, they've been of a mother and father or close friend or enemies too, actually. So we need to think about that. So first six is actually, cause. And then number seven is actually result, which is bodhicitta, mind. The body develop bodhicitta mind before we need to practice on the six causes of bodhicitta. So that's why, firstly, we need to recognize all beings are mother. So we think in a little bit, a few minutes, meditate on that. Okay. So this is the number one of Kasa 7 principle, causes and effect to recognize all mother beings, all sentient beings as motherhood. Yeah. Then sometimes the Kasa understanding non-duality, or some we can call wisdom. You know. Also, sometimes we call mother. You know. Actually, in Heart Sutra, sometimes we pray in Heart Sutra. Yeah, in that. Dusum Devi Yumla Shang Salo, which means understanding non-duality is mother of all Buddhas, actually, past, present, and future Buddhas. Dusum is Javi Yum means all Buddhas. Yum is actually mother in Tibetan word. Mayum or Ama. You know? Yeah. Then all those Buddha's teaching actually, Prajaparamita, all the Prajaparamita Sutra we call Yum Chemo, which means greatest mother, Yum Chemo, because knowing or understanding non-duality, through that born all the Buddha and Bodhisattva. Mother give birth, like that. In that way, actually, we need to understand, not only the understanding non-duality or wisdom or bodhicitta also, because um, three main causes of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, One is compassion, one is bodhicitta, and one is understanding non-duality. These three are the actual main causes of all the Buddha and Bodhisattva or Arhat. Also, without these three, then there's no Buddha and Bodhisattva or Arhat. Practicing these three, then from that born Arhat or so that's why these three sometimes we call mother. Not only the mother, greatest mother. Yeah. So that's why this mother word is very, very deep, meaningful. Yeah. Not only we are concerned when we say mother, then we just think about ordinary mother. We are not thinking those wisdom, compassion. We never think about that, Yeah. So we can understand in two ways. One is worldly point of view, one is Buddhist point of view. So in the Buddhist point of view, sometimes we call root guru like a mother. That's why in the sutra, root guru is like father, root guru is like mother. Yeah, because I think root guru can do what ordinary father, mother are doing. Those things. Root guru can provide or can help you. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Any question?
Yes.
If you have questions, then.
Well, I always have questions. This is the first time I've heard about the non-duality connection with, I guess, motherly sentient beings. I've always wondered about Prajna Paramita, which is the Heart Sutra. Maybe it could be today, maybe another time we could get a deep teaching on the Heart Sutra. I've always wondered, why is the Yum Chenmo, the Great Mother, is associated with the Heart Sutra? I never understood. I know there was something female related to the Heart Sutra, but I never really understood, because when I look at the text, there's something about, oh, Shariputra, blah, 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 on and on, but no, I know this and that, but I never saw any text inside the text about motherly sentient being. I know that's something to do with non-duality. I'm just trying to connect the motherly sentient being part with the non-duality, which what you're saying is also emptiness. This is the first time I've ever got the connection, but still something is a lot missing in my understanding. Thank you.
Because Prajaparamita, which means knowing or understanding non-duality, or understanding what is the emptiness. So that wisdom is those who have that kind of wisdom, then that person can achieve Buddhahood. So that Buddhahood came from understanding the non-duality. So reason of that. So it's a giving example, mother is, because mother give birth, baby. Without mother, then babies can
Do not exist.
not exist. Similar like that. Without understanding non-duality, wisdom, the Buddha or Bodhisattva not exist. Not only the understanding non-duality, also compassion and bodhicitta. These three are actually main causes all the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. So then said that those arhat, sharvakas, we call sharvaka or arhat, where they born, where they came from. They came from Buddha. Me too, Sanjin Rinam, Tuan Chi. Then Sanji, those Buddhas, where those Buddhas came from, they came from Bodhisattva. Then those bodhisattvas, where they came from. Then they said three main causes. One is compassion, one is understanding non-duality, one is bodhicitta. These three are the main causes. Without those three causes, then not exist bodhisattva. Without bodhisattva, Buddha does not exist. Without Buddha, then those Sharvaka or Arhat do not exist. So these are connection each other. So we need to go like this. Yeah. And also one of the reason understanding non-duality and bodhicitta, those who have these three qualities, then they can remove all negative emotions, all two kind of obstruction or obscuration. Yeah, these two obscuration, because those two obscurations are block liberation. You know, yeah. So without these three, or these two or three, they cannot remove those obscurations. You know, once we can remove these two kind of obscurations, then you can achieve Buddhahood or Arhat liberation. Yeah. If someone really want to liberate from samsara, or want to free from samsara, want free from suffering, then we need, these two is the main antidote, bodhicitta and to knowing the emptiness, which means wisdom. Yeah. Sometimes they put the compassion and bodhicitta in one. So reason of that, I think. So that's why all the Prajaparamita we call Yum Chemo Sherabji Parutta Shimba. Yum Chemo. Sometimes Yum Chemo, sometimes we call Yum Chempo. Yeah. So that's why in the sutra says sometimes give shini padanda. The teacher is like a good father. Sometimes they call give shini madanda, is a good teacher like a good mother. So we can understand in a bold way. Pa ma.
Other questions?
No question?
Anybody online right now?
Practice Karze.
Two questions online. One is, Anupamo says, can you explain the difference between compassion and bodhicitta?
I think compassion, chapchungwa, I really don't. When we say bodhicitta, then in that, no, I don't know, chapchichung, which is very difficult.
The second question was actually partially his understanding of what that is, and saying you'll explain it better. So do you want me to just do that one and you could do it together? He said, my understanding is that bodhicitta is loving kindness and compassion and wisdom combined, two sides of one palm, but Khenpo will explain better.
Yeah, bodhicitta. So we need to, understand the two different way, When we talk about bodhicitta just in reality truth, yeah, then it's a different, little bit different than the, the ultimate truth. Okay, the ultimate truth also actually is bodhicitta, But in reality truth, then it will explain a different way a little bit to concern or other beings or to concern helping other beings, Then comes ultimate truth, which is actually also to knowing kasadi, wisdom is actually bodhicitta. Because there's two bodhicitta, One is reality bodhicitta, one is ultimate bodhicitta. With ultimate bodhicitta means understanding non-duality. Yeah. So then another one, compassion and bodhicitta, which is when we say compassion, is a little small. Bodhicitta is a little bigger. It's a little bit different, not really, but when we talk about just a compassion, which is it means in the Tibetan, ninje, which is just thinking about other beings are suffering. So I want to help them, to remove suffering and causes of suffering. That is the actually compassion. When we say bodhicitta, then it comes more meaningful than the compassion. Not only the concerning only suffering, More than that. Bodhicitta, which means I will, or I want help, or I will help to all sentient beings, to liberation or to get Buddhahood actually. Yeah. So little, slightly, not too much, okay? Yeah. Not too much, but slightly. So that's what the four immeasurable object or what they are imagine is the same, all sentient being, but thinking a little bit different. When we meditate on loving kindness, then think about the other beings' happiness or causes of happiness. When you practice on the compassion, then you are more concerning other beings' suffering and causes of suffering. Those are actually a part of bodhicitta actually, but slightly different, not much.
Any other questions? Zach.
Khenpo, this goes back to Noreen's question about Yam Chenmo. Is Yam Chenmo the deity form of Prajnaparamita? Like you can get a Yam Chenmo empowerment, correct? So is Yam Chenmo like the deity form of the essence of Prajnaparamita?
not really the deity forms.
Mm.
Yeah, Yum Chenmo actually is a wisdom, not just deities.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, when we say deities, then sometimes of course we can say Yum Chenmo like Jitun Roma, which means greatest mother of Tara.
Mhm.
Sometimes we call like that. When we call like that, then that means we can understand. It's talking about deities like
Mm.
Tara or other deities. Yeah.
But you can get a Yom Chenmo empowerment, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyone else? Yes, another question. Well, I'm trying to look for the text, but I can't find it.
And this one, this is when you do the Nundo Guru Yoga practice. I think it's the 4-4 prayer to the All Motherly Center. Is it 4-4 prayer of the Motherly Center beings? Manam Kadana.
Yeah.
Can you told me one time, and I want to hear it again because it's Mother's Day, to talk about what we are saying. We say Manam Kadana.
Yeah.
Elaborate one, because I thought it was so beautiful, I forgot already what you said.
Ma Namkhadanim is sentient tamche, which means it's giving a example, space. Space is no limit, like that. Our mother also no limit. Ma Namkhadan, which means mother is like a space. Yeah. So that means, all the universal, there's mother. So then we apply, generate, bodhicitta mind with full thoughts or full immeasurable, man, khata, nyambi, sentient tamche, which means all that mother sentient being, like the space. Then generate loving kindness, compassion, joy, then equanimity. Through that we have been also practicing bodhicitta. Or sometimes we get mother sentient being. Yeah.
Okay. There's nothing else? Thank you very much.
Have the practice.
Ah, yes.
It's not helpful to practice.
Practice Chenrezig. Yeah, Chenrezig is also, compassion Buddha, sometimes we call him. Yeah, because he's full compassionate person. Not person, okay, Buddha. Of course, all Buddhas have compassion, but this Chenrezig is actually more connected with us. He took promise in front of Buddha Shakyamuni. He will never attain Buddhahood until all sentient beings to achieve Buddhahood. Yeah. So it seems he stay like we will say tender bhumi bodhisattva. Yeah, because if they want attain Buddhahood, within 1 second they can achieve Buddhahood. But I think why reason of those bodhisattvas stay in 10 paths, pot, or bumi, sorry. Yeah, bumi. Yeah, 10 bumis. I think they can do more help others. Yeah. Maybe reason of that, you know. Mostly those bodhisattvas, took promise they will never attain Buddhahood until all mother beings achieve Buddhahood, because they have to help all the beings, and then they have to, born in 6 different realms, again and again, not only just 1 time or 2 times, maybe reason of that, yeah. Yeah.
Nagat yogi nujam sam bemage sarjambola yatsen jogi notrune bemajune shesuda kodukando manvako keki jesuda druki Jinjilo Sheksu So Guru Pema Siddhi Your 1,000 arms are the 1,000 universal monarchs. Your 1,000 eyes, the 1,000 Buddhas of this fortunate age. You who teach each and every one of us according to our needs. Lord Avalokiteshvara, to you I pay homage. By this virtue, may I swiftly accomplish the state of Chenrezig, and may all sentient beings without exception be placed in that very state. By this effort, may all sentient beings be free of suffering, and their minds be filled with the nectar of virtue. In this way, may all causes resulting in suffering be extinguished, and only the light of compassion shine from our us.
Thank you. Once again, Happy Mother's Day. Actually, we are all, mother, according to Buddha's teaching. So we should, celebrate.
Thank you, Khenpo. I'm just going to make a few announcements and then we can enjoy if we have further questions or whatever. Thank you all for joining us today. It is traditional when receiving a teaching that to make an offering. We have baskets set aside, so if you would like to make that exchange, feel free. We also invite you to enjoy the grounds when you're here enjoy. The koi ponds are absolutely gorgeous today, so as well as the rest of the property. The Peace Park and everything are wonderful, so please enjoy. And also, as part of our compassionate activity, we'd like to invite you to help restore the prayer room when we are done. If you have time and have the inclination, we do have to turn this room around, so we appreciate any help if you can do that. All right, anybody else have any other announcements or anything they want to share?
There's a 4 p.m. Rigs and Dupa across the street.
Today there will be a 4 p.m. Rigs and Dupa across the street, held by Guru Rinpoche. So you are invited to, and please join us if you can. I'm sure it'll be beautiful. All right, thank you all so much. Have a great day.
Oh, there's a plate.